Here we go. Game 1, day 2 of our August monthly finals. The final day of the CRL monthly finals.
The Dark Prince is on defense. The Bomb Tower's on defense.
Wow.
And Riley just drops the poison on the King Tower. He's given up. He knows he can't win. And that will be a 2-0 sweep from Coco, sending Riley out of the tournament.
Tower, Mo Light with a big smile on his face. And I don't know how you couldn't be smiling after a perfect game of Clash Royale there. I mean,
but the Hog gets a shot, and you see Mo absolutely ecstatic after getting what seemed like an impossible connection. He drops the lightning down, and another clean 2-0 sweep from our world champion.
There you go. EGW. We'll see you next month, brother. Dominic, staying alive, still has hopes for his World Finals chances. You can see him celebrating, and EGW's Cinderella run comes to an end here in the lower bracket. And now Mugi just needs to get a spell in on that right-hand side to close things out as he's playing a little bit of cleanup defense here on the left. Sub making something happen. Fireball is in, and this is not the version of Mugi you want to run into in the battlefield. Mugi into our finals. Mo Light, Sub, Dominic still alive here. Dominic now has a big task ahead of him, going up against Sub.
Yeah, and the next match is going to be Adriel versus Pedro.
There's the lightning.
Down.
There's the barrel.
Hero Valkyrie ability. Doesn't go to the
Valkyrian. The Hero Valk!
Hero Valk!
Oh my gosh!
It doesn't connect, but it doesn't matter. Hero Valkyrie goes from the bomb tower to the barb that was used to defend the Goblin Barrel.
Oh my goodness.
And Pedro clinches the game 1 win. Like, Adriel's clapping. He's sending in some celebration with 5 seconds left. Another fireball cycle. Evo Drill's trying to make something happen, but without the spawn damage, it's not able to get the damage that it used to.
Hand side, great plays from Sub all throughout. And Dominic maybe feeling the nerves just a little bit. Evo Inferno always scary as it shreds through that Berserker and the Ice Spirit. And Dominic can't believe it. The ability doesn't go off for the Hero Berserker. That's crazy. Here we go. Game number 3. Cinderella story for Dom. Still alive here. 1-1. Player that loses goes home. And that Hog. Wow. Every single. And look at Dominic. Look at Dominic as he knows he is still alive. And he is moving on to our lower bracket finals. Everything going wrong for Sub in game number 3.
Got the Evo and then made that early push to get his damage lead in the previous game. But now Pedro's doing it the reverse way. He's trying to be aggressive early. What? And there's a cat.
Mo is literally playing with his cat right now in the middle of an elimination game.
With thousands of dollars on the line. Grand prize is $14,000. I mean, I guess I don't know. This is just absurd.
That's wild work, honestly. Oh man, that's why he's Mo Light. Here we go. Hog Rider does not connect. Wizard though going to get some shots in. Gets 2 shots in.
I'm blaming the cat. If I'm him, I'm blaming the cat.
I mean, bro, yeah, look at him. I recognize that face on Mo, and he already is feeling very bad about his situation.
Andrew, I'm so confused. This feels like a fever dream, and the cat's covering the camera, bro. Dude.
Look at him. Look at it. You see that? Look at the cat. Not stoked.
The cat is getting locked outside of the room for the rest of his career at this point.
Cat is a paid actor by Pedro.
And Pedro, a little small celebration. He takes the win. Does he know that he lost the game not to Mo, or that he won the game not to Mo, but to a cat?
Here you guys see it. Pedro and Dominic will be in our lower bracket semifinals, as our upper bracket finals with Mugi and Adriel will be coming just in a little bit. And Dominic taking game number 1.
Who is this guy, Andrew? Who is this guy?
It's crazy.
This is unbelievable.
And Dominic's neighbors are hearing it. Dominic's whole family is hearing it. Dominic goes 0-1 against Sub and then goes 4-0 between Sub and Pedro. Drops a game 4 in a row against 2 former world number 2s. And now Dominic is in our lower bracket final. The dream continues. And then there were 3. Dominic, Mugi and Adriel. You heard that right. Dominic from back in 2022 World Finals is here in our lower bracket finals in the final monthly final of 26.
Oh my goodness. Doom continues to keep his storyline alive, his chance alive to make it to World Finals right here, right now.
Now we go back to the upper bracket. Remember, everyone at home, these guys both have a life to give, so this is not an elimination game. It is also our first best of 5 on the day.
And we're just going to hop straight into it. Adriel versus Mugi, upper bracket final. Let's get into it.
You guys can see the... Oh, and there we go. There she is. Only shown up, I think, one other time on the day. One of the most frustrating cards in the game to deal with is that Mother Witch. She can turn, especially in single elixir, if you feed her in single elixir, it can just put you in a hole for the rest of the game if your opponent knows what they're doing.
So Gobstein Piggies, Evo E-Barbs, Mother Witch, Bridge Spam.
Yep.
I don't know. This is interesting. I would say that E-Barbs do get countered by Gobstein fairly well.
And that is a really, really clean defense from Mugi.
You can say that again.
I mean, that was just like effortlessly perfect, but he is down a little elixir. So nice pressure there from Adriel to create that space.
Happy split. Interesting that Mugi's using delivery instead of a barbarian barrel in this variation, but honestly, it's going to be pretty helpful versus the Zappies, the Mother Witch, even the E-Barbs.
E-Barb split, meet those split piggies as piggies still get some damage in. Mugi takes the lead here. Heal Spirit behind, plus a Battle Ram, so a lot to deal with.
Bomb Tower placed up high, trying to keep everything near the Gobstein in case he wants to play that ability. Not even necessary. Bandit Bridge, pretty low in elixir.
Wow, and that's a great kite there. Now maybe back to Skelly's. No, uses the Evo Archers instead. And I gotta say, these bridge spam decks with the Mother Witch and the Bandit and the Evo Ram and obviously those, I mean, I'm literally just listing the cards in the deck. This deck synergizes so well.
It's true.
In the ability to create a ton of pressure or take advantage of an elixir advantage with just a cheap response. It's really difficult to deal with as the game goes on. And right now, Mugi making it look easy. But Adriel's job is to make it much more difficult as time goes on.
Yeah, and then finally the arrows, right? The arrows for the archers here, just basically knocking off part of Mugi's defense. And E-Bar trying to make the tower. Great Skelly's protection. Gobstein ability, it makes sense. He needs to try and take this Hero Valkyrie off the board.
Oh, that Bandit.
Oh!
And there you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Is just like creating that pressure to create some space. Only gets a zappy hit out of it so far, but now the Mother Witch piling up a couple piggies. Bomb tower has to be placed defensively.
Mother Witch sneaking through for a couple hits. But now piggies.
E-Barbs in response, yep.
Oh, yeah, E-Barbs in response. I mean, this is where Mugi's going to be in some trouble here in this counter push.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is so much to deal with. There it is. There's the Evo Ram. Evo Barb's already on the board. That means a bomb tower has to go down in the corner, and there it is. He needs to be able to protect his Gob Dog. Oh, my goodness.
No, he's just the best. No, he's actually just the best.
Are you kidding me, dude? Okay, all right, there we go.
Does sneak through just barely. And I'm with you. It's like, I genuinely just thought it was over. I thought he's the best. I thought this defense was perfect, but one Hero Valkyrie is going to make some difference, eh?
Yeah, Hero Valk does do that, but then on the other side of it, Evo Piggies doing what they do best, getting on through no matter how much you drop down. Bomb tower plays to deal with that battle ram, delivery to deal with the push on the right, and we find ourselves at a pretty even matchup. 1970, 1899, 1 minute remains as Mugi is in the lead.
But just barely. E-Barbs in the back, cycling towards those Evo E-Barbs yet again with 50 seconds left. Mother Witch over there trying to predict some skeletons. Lightning does increase the damage lead, but the push continues to stack left side. Oh my goodness. Yeah. The ability does not chain to the Gobstein monster or scientist.
And that second Goblinstein had to come down for Mugi defensively, so he wasn't able to use the Gobstein ability on that right-hand tower to give himself a more substantial lead. And...
oh my goodness.
oh, the Ram!
Ram's close. Wait. It's not quite there.
The Valkyrie...
but now they are.
Oh my goodness, and there it is. There's the overwhelm. You can only play perfect for so long, and Mugi gets overrun in the final moments of game number 1.
Man, it really felt like Mugi might have just, well, for lack of a better way of saying it, I think he might have, it seemed like he had what it takes to win and beat that deck. Despite the arrows for the archers, despite the hero Valkyrie as a good counter to Gobstein.
Mugi goes, you know what? I got an idea.
Oh, that's so funny. Huh, that worked pretty well. Let me try that.
Yeah. So those decks on the left-hand side of the screen are not the ones that we just saw. Just as a heads up in case people are wondering. A lot of moving parts here at CRL, but we'll get that sorted out in just a moment.
Archers do go wrong lane. Can't counter the bandit on their own. Berserker forced out to pull them in the middle of the map. So looking at Adriel's deck, we know what Mugi's playing. We saw it in the last game. Adriel, on the other hand, most likely a Graveyard Archers deck. Probably a Graveyard Cycle Archers deck. Could technically be Drill, but I don't think Drill's won a single game today. I just don't think it's the play.
I think you're right. I don't think it. I think it is 0% on the day.
Yeah, Graveyard makes sense here too. Dark Prince is able to jump over the river to get a guaranteed tank for your yard. Berserker also has some synergy because when she gets low in elixir, you can play that ability as a kind of infinite HP tank.
No way. That's crazy heal spirit work right there. Dark Prince and Barb Barrel there. Dark Prince charge, but the heal spirit perfectly placed in time. Mugi gets a connection early. And yeah, I mean, literally exactly what we're saying is Mugi just saw how well that deck worked against him. And, you know, I guess the positive thing to take away if I'm Adriel is that he has what we were talking about, Juicy, is he has that, you know, those ground melee units. But as of right now, I mean, this is kind of what you have to do too. Even though this is a faster cycling graveyard deck, you're still making your money in double and triple elixir.
It's true. Yeah, not 1 but 2 or 3 if you count the Barb Barrel, right? Just solid ground tanks, and then yes, the arrows for archers are there, but the Tesla Evo is just like, you know, pound for pound a perfect counter for dealing with the Evo Batarang.
And arrows for those archers, gonna be nice as this game goes on, as those Evo archers can be so frustrating to deal with.
Ice Spirits, perfect placement. They're going to freeze up that bandit, and now it's counter push time. Dark Prince hops over the river like we're talking about, but Mugi bringing the Valkyrie, or I guess the previous version also had Mother Witch. I don't know what I'm saying.
No, I mean, it was still, though, kind of a fascinating thing of just like, I know you have it, and I don't really care. I'm going to try to get some damage on tower, but now does he have enough to deal with this push?
Great defense. Problem is how you get damage. He's going for another yard. Valkyrie, Mother Witch instantly played. It's tough.
Yeah, and you know, Mugi has the luxury here of dual lane pressure. He can go either direction, so anytime he starts to see a little bit of damage or maybe more damage than he'd like in one lane going against the graveyard, he's just got that damage in the opposite lane with 90 seconds remaining, and that's, yeah, I mean, what do you got for that?
Yeah, as soon as the Tesla died, I knew Adriel was in a really tough spot. Not only that, but forcing out Elixir left, a bandit on the right. Adriel is visibly, like... This is, I don't know, he's visibly dismayed. I don't really see that from him very often.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing about this deck is the amount of pressure that it can create with all of its expensive cards, but the amount of times I have run into this problem, and we're seeing right here in this game number 2 and in game number 1, is the second you overspend in one lane, a 3 elixir bandit comes out in the other lane and just creates so much pressure to deal with. You cannot ignore that bandit. And there it is again. Bandit on the right side. Adriel just, he's like, I'm done. We're going to game 3. Fine. We each win with this bridge spam deck. Let's go to game number 3. Let's reset. This is a best of 3.
Another thing to think about, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue in this best of 5 is those log bait counters, because like Andrew said, oh, here we go, log bait.
Yeah, I'm curious to see which version we're going to see out of Mugi here. And You know, Adriel maybe going... I mean, Tombstone is okay, whoa.
Which Evo?
Tombstone, Evo which?
Maybe a Roll Giant deck? I can't even think of anything else. Roll Giant, I mean, Golem, it's possible, but there it is.
Good call. And Moogie going to Barrel here. Evo Skelly Barrel not played nearly as much after the change, or I should say the nerf.
Oof.
Royal Giant, 2 shots?
Yeah. 2 shots. Very strong start for Adriel. Every damage matters. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but this feels like the season of Clash Royale League where damage matters the most. Because the spells damage have been nerfed, so it's like spell cycles just not very viable. And like different win conditions have gotten nerfed. Like the Evos and Heroes have been balanced very properly as well. So it seems like every little hit point matters so much this season.
Yeah, it was crazy to see that stat or the graphic that the team put up about how many games went into overtime and how many games were decided by tiebreakers. Just like an insane amount. The amount of games that went to overtime was like, I don't know, I think it was like over 70%. And then the amount of games won in tiebreakers in that was like, I think over 60% or something. I mean, I could be misquoting this, but the numbers were pretty shocking there.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Heading into double elixir.
Yeah.
Adriel's got a double Evo push. He gets a 1 HP monk ability off.
Get that ability off. That means that Dark Goblin's going to go... No, the Dark Goblin, I think, was on the skeletons?
I think it locked on the monk, but I think it was just so low in HP, it wasn't able to deflect that last one. Will this Tombstone die before the skeleton? Yes, it does. Scale Bearer is a threat now.
And Skelly Barrel gets that death damage in. That's a lot of good damage here for Moogie, now taking the lead, 2280 to 2403. On that left-hand side as the suspicious bush sneaks down the lane.
This will be interesting. If
I like this aggressive play.
Yeah, if Moogie can actually win this matchup as well, wow, and it's just working. Look how much damage he's connecting with.
Those were a great set of vines to stop that witch. So the E-Spirit plus the witch or the log plus the witch, that little bit of splash damage just wasn't effective.
This
Vine's doing a good job there.
This counter push is strong though. But he's not, there's no Skeleton Army counter. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Now Adriel's really upset after that.
Yeah, and he has to eat a lot of damage on the right-hand side while Moogie basically untouched here in game number 3.
Skelly King ability, log forced out, suspicious bush on the right with the skeleton barrel going straight to the tower. Two Skellies from the just got Skeleton King on the left are cooking, and Adriel's cycle is just not quick enough to deal with this constant dual lane spam.
I am mad for Adriel. This is such a frustrating situation to be in, where you just have you never have enough responses, but you can't really take any damage, so you can never get back on offense.
Yeah. This is a mistake! Mistake!
Yep.
Oh my goodness! Fisherman plays too far away from the goblins, and one's just on the tower, and we have a Moogie victory. And the craziest part about all of this, and now we're heading into game 4 of the best of 3. Adriel's used Log and E-Spear and Barb Barrel, and Moogie has the potential to play a Goblin Barrel deck. He decides not to go for it, but...
He's going Graveyard here, because like you said, Barb Barrel's gone, E-Spirit's gone, Log is gone, Poison is gone.
True. Yeah, I think you're right. Makes a lot of sense.
And Adriel going to the skies, but there should be a Tesla plus the Furnace to help with that.
And not to mention the Snowball. Like, Barb Barrel's out, so Snowball is guaranteed here for Balloon. I don't like this deck pick from Adriel at all. You called it perfectly. Man. Tesla, Furnace, Ice Spirit, Snowball for air defense.
Yeah. I mean, this is just a great pick by Moogie, and looking at what Adriel has ran this weekend, it feels like not an obvious pick, but definitely able to get his number here in game number 4. Moogie just needs one more to move on to our grand finals.
Yeah, I honestly think that Adriel was scared of Logbait. I think that Goblin Barrel, Princess, Dargob, all available. That's why I thought Moogie was going to play. But, I mean, I've been talking about this for years. If Moogie finds the right coach and starts getting, like, 55% or better matchups every game, he's just going to go on an insane streak of wins, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
Yeah, I mean, as I was watching yesterday and looking at the way Mugi was playing and his variability in decks, which we didn't see a ton of because he was just winning.
Yeah.
It's a scary dude to run into, absolutely, and he is showing us right now why he is the only other world champion out there than Mohamed Light. Dude, if we get a 3-time Mo and a 3-time Mugi world champion lineup, that is just so crazy. Wow, the Fire Spirits are all on tower. Mugi recognizes it, pops the ability, and things are just going from bad to worse for Adriel. That Fire Spirit's also going to jump on tower. That is crazy work.
We need a replay of that just so we can count how many Fire Spirits jumped on the tower just because of a one-tile misclick of an Executioner from Adriel.
I think for production, that's 50 seconds around remaining in regulation to go back and take a look at that. And Adriel has got to just be so tilted right now after that last game and this game. I mean, this could technically be 3 in a row.
Oh,
we'll see
my
here.
goodness. And look at this play.
Wow.
The bar barrel kites everything backwards for 1 second, makes so the balloon goes in front. And now the tower, Furnace, and Ice Spirit can directly lock onto that. Executioner does have his chance for a lineup, but one Exy shot is not... I mean, it seems like it's just a drop in the bucket at this point.
I mean, that was 16 Elixir on the board, and 1 Executioner shot is all that Mugi took. And yeah, I mean, that bar barrel to pull everything back, Loon gets up front, just absolutely perfect from Mugi. And here's the other thing, is that game number 1, Mugi also played really, really well. He just got overwhelmed in the final seconds, which is what that deck does, and here we go. Second verse, same as the first, as Rich would always say, bar barrel comes in, everything goes behind. That bar barrel is a kryptonite to this deck when you talk about needing that giant skeleton up front to tank, and then the Executioner behind to get the lineup on tower. Mugi goes every single time. That's not going to happen. I'm going to get a poison down if I need. I'm going to get a bar barrel in if I need.
This is such a good play, the Berserker Graveyard at the bridge, because you have to defend the Graveyard, but then you don't have enough Elixir to play anything in front of your Executioner. So the Berserker ability ends up tanking and taking out the entire Evo Executioner, which is truly the only threat to Mugi right now, is that Evo Exy.
And he's just saving that bar barrel every single time to get that tankage in front, pulled behind. Adriel waves the white flag, and Mugi almost plays a perfect 4 games in this best of 5. Game number 1, the defense there, even though he lost, go back and watch it, because that was a masterclass in defense. Obviously he loses because Adriel plays that so well and still finds the holes in the armor, but from there on out, our 2-time in control grand finals for him is next up, as he has lost, I think, 2 or 3 games on this entire weekend. No, excuse me. Mugi has lost 1 game this entire weekend, and it was in that best of 5 just now.
Are you serious? Looking at the decks, I mean, game 1, like you said, he played insane defense. Truly insane defense. It really just came down to one unlucky targeting of the bomb tower to go to an E-Barb instead of a Battle Ram in the final seconds of the overwhelm. But then we head into game 2, and Mugi's literally just like, you know what? That worked pretty well. I'm going to go and grab that deck, and I'm going to do the same thing to you, except better. I'm going to absolutely bulldoze with this Mother Witch versus the Graveyard with the the Hero Valkyrie and Evo E-Barbs. And then game 3, once again, I don't know. I would love to actually talk to, like, you know, some of the best coaches here. And sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes I make calls on matchups and I get messages like, yeah, that's like, it might seem like it, but that's not it. But I genuinely think that Adriel has matchup here. He has Tombstone, he has E-Spirit and Log, and he's a great splash card in the Witch. And then the Evo RG is really hard to deal with as well on the defense. But Mugi just outplayed. He just has perfect dual lane pressure the entire time. And Adriel simply could not put the push that he needed together to make it happen. And then finally, game 4, I mean, we just watched it. Absolute domination, perfect defense from Mugi yet again.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that conversation too. I mean, the Vines kind of came in at that one time on the left-hand side on the Witch that just made that that Evo Skarmy so much more impactful than it should have been. The Vines still, to this day, I think, is one of the most interesting cards that's been brought into the game. And when it's used correctly, it is just so difficult to kind of come back from. And this is really interesting, Juice, because we are going from a Cloud 9 Dominic to a down in the dumps, depths of despair Adriel. So we talk about momentum, which is a very real factor in Clash Royale. You talk about confidence, which is a very real factor in Clash Royale. We have the two opposite ends of the spectrum. Now, the one saving grace I will say for Adriel is that he is usually very good at mentally resetting, but he seemed very tilted in that set, even if he wasn't playing poorly. But that's just tilting situation to be in. He is very good at resetting mentally, so we'll see if this little bit of time he has, you know, between these two 3 matches specifically, we give a little extra time because someone is always going back to back in a best of 5. So Adriel really needs to take this few minutes to reset and figure out how he can stay alive in this monthly final. Here we go, Juice.
Oh, is this... This is a little bit after the mistake from Adriel, but I'll still break down what happened here. So, like, at this point, Moogie's just up so much damage with an absurd Evo Furnace connection left-hand lane. At this point, this defense is just insane. And the first thing he does here is drop a Tesla. This is a very instructive moment for anyone out there who's a cycle player. You play the Tesla first, and if you goes opposite lane, you are able to cycle back to another Tesla later. And then the bar barrels here. The bar barrels are so key. It pulls this Giant Skelly backwards to the point where the Dark Prince and the Barbarian is able to just assassinate the Executioner, because Moogie is so good at identifying threats. So much of Clash Royale is simply identifying threats. He knows he has 4 amazing ways to deal with the balloon. The Evo Executioner is the actual threat. So what does he do? He uses the Berserker ability. And this is going to absolutely obliterate the Executioner. So paired with really good Dark Prince, really good Barb Barrels, really good Berserker abilities, this Executioner gets completely shut down and becomes a non-factor. And from there, it's just a really good Tesla. Once again, Ice Spirit, Furnace. You're not able to break through if you're Adriel at this point.
Yeah, and that's when we see the NATO on King Tower. Adriel just recognizes that Moogie can just rinse and repeat kind of the same version of his defense over, poison at the bridge. And that's the other thing that you're talking about, Juice, recognizing threats and then recognizing your best way to deal with it. And if you know the only way that your opponent can get damage is X, what is the best way that you have in your deck to deal with that? And Moogie just goes, as long as I have my Bar Barrel, Poison, and Cycle, I can basically just stop this push. Tesla's always going to be there anyway, and obviously saying that you need your Tesla for defense is kind of a no-brainer. But the other part of it is Poison at the bridge, Bar Barrel to pull everything back, not using that Poison on offense, not using that Bar Barrel on offense to try to go Bar Barrel plus Graveyard, instead going Berserker plus Graveyard. All of that recognition.
I mean, you talk about the difference in momentum right now with Adriel, you know, kind of being in a little bit of a low off of that very frustrating win, and Dominic having a lot of momentum after the last solid win. And maybe that's even playing a factor in like the choice of deck here. Maybe Dominic wants to just remind Adriel of what just happened, run another version of this bait deck that Adriel struggled against. But at the same time, you know, Adriel just has more experience in this best of 5 format.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a tilt troll play where it's like, you know what really pissed Adriel off was this deck, and I'm going to run it in game number 1 just to get him right back in his head.
Evo Mini Horde dropping down. I just got really important information from the analyst that's been helping us today. Shout out to Jury. He said that Doom has actually been picking for himself this entire weekend when it comes to his decks. But the problem that in itself is very impressive, even in best of 3. But that becomes very, very difficult to do in a best of 5 format.
Yeah, we're always saying that the best of 3s is obviously where the coach and the analysts come through, but the best of 5 is where they really make their money.
Yeah. Okay, so looking at this matchup, though, we have Mortar versus Hyperbait. I think that in general, this can be difficult on both sides of the equation because you don't have a lot of splash damage and spells for the Hyper. He does have the Mother Witch, but he gets distracted on the Skelly King. And then on the other hand, you know, there's not really much to actually counter the Mortar. But, oh man, he's got Gobsime version as well. I might just have to be incorrect about what I'm saying right now, but I mean, it's still the pressure on the right is working.
Damage is in. Only a little bit of damage on the left here for Dominic as Adriel takes a boatload on the right-hand side. His tower down to about 50% HP.
Doom keeping up the pressure. Evo Skeleton Barrel forcing out defensive Evo Mortar. Skelly's up high to snipe that Dark Gob. And no log going down, but it is unnecessary for all these skeletons. Solid defense, but that, like you always tell us, Andrew, that's just not how you want to use your Evo Mortar.
Yeah, totally. Especially in this situation. I mean, the Evo Minion Horde is a really interesting thing here because you think you can get some value out of it, but then you look at the Rascal Girls, the Evo Barrel, or the regular barrel, and the Dark Goblin.
Yeah, Dominic's definitely in a difficult situation, but being up this amount of damage, it's definitely possible to come out with something here. Evo Skarmy Bridge with the Skeleton King. Mother Witch going to do its best. No Vines in cycle for Mother Witch is actually huge for Adriel right now.
Push kind of dying on the Vine there and now giving a good advantage here to Adriel in terms of Elixir on the board.
Fireball dropping down. That's going to spawn a Piggy from that Rascal Boy as well. And Skeleton Army.
The Skarmy here, the Mother Witch now going to get even more value.
Great plays from Adriel. And now it's just evened up. He's going to instantly drop the defensive mortar. I think that's a very principled play.
Yep. Really smart. He evens things up, knows that he has the spell power, and knows that he has the counter with the Mother Witch.
Right.
The Goblinstein can really help with the Swarm.
Yeah.
I like this.
And then he's just stacking up units. Mortar should tank for that Dark Goblin. And then there you go. Like you said, Fireball's coming out. Doesn't hit tower. I like this idea from Doom to go for the Vines plus Skarmy to prevent Gobstein. But then you just run into the Mother Witch. So it's like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think what Doom needed to recognize was that Mother Witch was such a big problem earlier on that the Vines needs to be saved for the Mother Witch. Or at least you need to make sure the Mother Witch is no longer part of the conversation. And the fact that he's already had to play a Skarmy into a Mother Witch twice is also just bad news. Bad news bears, man.
Evo Skelly Barrel, this might be the one chance that he has. But look at that. Mortar's played on defense. The Gobstein ability is melting. Skelly King left side, though. Dark Gob's locked. Vines dropping.
Wait!
Are you kidding me?
Wait! No way! The Vines! The Vines comes through!
It's not over. Mother Witch spawns a Piggy. Adriel needs an absurd offense right now with the last 12 seconds.
High barrel there to get the minions invisible. Dark Goblin way down low. Fireball going to go on top of the Dark Goblin, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Skeleton King is high, and Dominic, with the most tilt play in history, is to go and run this deck after Adriel just lost to it, and Adriel loses to it again, and now he is on a 4-game losing streak. That is just, that's insane. I love it. I love it from top to bottom. If I'm Adriel, I feel like I almost want to go back to that bridge spam deck just because it felt like it was kind of unstoppable in the previous set. And then if I'm Dominic, I think I want to do whatever I can to know that I have enough melee damage on the ground to deal with it. We haven't seen people be able to deal with that bridge spam deck very well, and that's a good start right there. And we might be seeing exactly what I'm saying. Hero Valkyrie comes out for Adriel.
Yep. I think it's a great call. Okay, Furnace, though. Maybe just a Graveyard variation then.
Yeah.
And then what's Doom going to have? I mean, man, if Doom just has a Mother Witch for Graveyard here, with the Valkyrie as well for Graveyard and stuff, I mean...
Wait,
Adriel,
is he just copying Adriel's decks?
I think...
I mean, the Mugi's decks?
He might be copying Mugi's decks.
He's like, you know who has an analyst? Mugi. You know who...
Mugi must have an analyst, and he did really good versus Adriel 1 second ago. Like, when I was talking about how Dominic should sit back, relax, and learn from watching this next best of 5, this is not what I meant.
Yo. Okay, we'll see.
These evil E-Barbs are so threatening. I think Adriel does have guards in cycle, and he has enough right now. So he will drop that down, but the fact that they're just chucking spears at your tower is just, it's so frustrating. Look at this
And
push.
nice heal spirit here.
Look at Adriel's elixir bar, Andrew.
He has nothing. He has nothing for this. You don't even need to use the ability.
Straight up.
Bro, I feel like Adriel is so tilted right now. I don't think I've ever seen him kind of collapse like this.
I don't even know. I honestly, I mean, and you know, like I try to stay pretty objective. I don't even know if that was his fault because guards out of cycle. I mean, Valkyrie's in cycle. Maybe you just can't play the Tesla there. Yeah, maybe you just need to play Valk. I'm not sure. That was brutal.
Wow. Valk
Great.
does come down to protect, but arrows come out to clean up. And it seems like Dominic just always has the ace up his sleeve.
Okay, it's definitely not impossible for a comeback to happen. There's Hero Valkyrie. There's Evo Furnace. Dominic does not have a big spell for Evo Furnace. There's guards. And then Graveyard's a huge threat. Yes, the Mother Witch is an option, but I'm sure he'll have a poison for that as well. It's definitely possible for Adriel to come back here. There's still 2 minutes of overtime left in this game.
And 7+ elixir to deal. Nice heal spirit there. Does get a connection on 1, and now the Evo battle ram behind. Evo Tesla probably in cycle. There it is. Clean defense from Adriel. A little smile on Adriel's face. I wonder if he read that from top to bottom and is going to go back on offense.
Yep. There it is.
And he can't play the hero ability. Dom can't, or at least not early, because he has to get the Mother Witch down.
I was thinking the same exact thing, but yeah, he still figured it out somehow. Yeah, he just Mother Witch first, ability second, cleans up the defense. Yeah, that's the one thing, right? Is this Hero Valkyrie is actually really hard for Adriel to stop.
Yeah. Heal Spirit again, but doesn't get on top of the ram.
Graveyard.
Interesting. I'm feeling kind of what we were feeling before with Doom, where he needs to just kind of pump the brakes a little bit, calm down, recognize that he has a substantial lead, and start thinking more about his defense. But here we go. Pressure on the left. Can he break through? I think he can't. Oh, perfect Ice Spirit.
Snowball? Valkyrie? Okay. But then the Bandit on the right. Snowball has to come out over there instead. And Doom is now in that situation where he loves to be in, where he just has so much momentum. What the heck?
Goes Mother Witch high here. So the Graveyard comes down, but no tank for the Graveyard.
No
Look at this
snowballs
push
in
on the
cycle.
left, dude. There's no way. Wow. Doom adding to the win column. Adriel adding to the loss column.
My goodness.
This is literally the two most opposite positions you could be in.
There's always options, except for when it comes to Goblin Barrel specifically. Like, once you run out of E-Spirit, Log, and Bar Barrel, it's really hard to defend the Goblin Barrel. But looks like you're right. Looks like Doom's going to the skies. He's going with comfort. Let's see if it's going to work out for a 3-0 sweep versus Adriel.
Man, that would be so crazy if he goes 5-0 against Pedro and Adriel.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Super aggression.
Ability in early. And this balloon is not going to connect. Does, I think, get death damage. And there it is.
I do wonder if you're right about that. I wonder if a little bit more patience on the hero balloon there to take out the spears is slightly more optimal. On the other hand, a lot of the times what we see in that situation is the early balloon ability and then a late zap in order to get a balloon connection. But Doom with cycling zap off rip on the first play just didn't have that in cycle quite yet.
So Hog going back in. I mean, the good thing here is that he's got the... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Firecracker plus E-Spirit is not bad. You see Doom there with a little bit of a shake of the head. Someone asking in the chat why we're calling him Doom instead of Dominic. That's his OG ladder name, in-game name.
Are these barbs just... Okay, I was going to say, if this just goes to tower, that's a huge mistake. Yeah. But I'm obviously not the best lava player in the world. I think...
Fireball down.
Yeah, just one other thing I really wanted to mention is just like the urgency in cycling the zap. The fact that Doom has Evo and Zap, he's had it in cycle for the last 60 seconds is so nice for dealing with his next Evo Firecracker.
And he's just going to go for a tower trade.
Oh my!
I think he knows the Hog's going to come down there, and exactly what you're saying, Juicy, with the Evo Zap. He knows he has a good way to deal with the Firecracker. And there it is, Evo Zap up high. Now Balloon over the bridge. Instant ability.
I don't know if this
and
works.
And a second HUD is there.
Second HUD's there. Golden Knight Dash cleans up. There's going to be another Firecracker right now. Fireball, there's not enough elixir for it. And then Adriel has the royal delivery to boot. He can play it on whichever side he thinks is the greater threat.
Aggressive at the bridge. I don't think this is going to be enough. There it is. The late Golden Knight, even though the Mega Minion is on tower, he gives the well played. And Adriel gets a ever important win here. Obviously staving off elimination, but just in terms of confidence going into World Finals. If the last thing you did on the competitive scene was lose 6 games in a row, I just feel like that's tough place to live in your mind for the next couple months as we get ready for World Finals. So a big win there for Adriel.
Yeah. All right, Piggies at the bridge. Evo Piggies. I think it's a great idea.
Do you see that smile? Do you see that smile?
Yeah.
That's either the I can't believe he did it and we didn't cover it, or I have your exact number. For a minute there in the beginning with the smile, I thought he was like, "Oh, I got you."
Yeah.
But then it almost seemed like this is the one thing that we didn't have covered, so we're gonna find out.
Man, it's tough. I think it's the former. I think that Adriel's probably in a pretty good situation here because he's gonna have Executioner. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Doom's going to have Lightning for Executioner. He's got great air defense. I think you're right. I think it might just mean... I think Adriel might be in a lot of trouble right now.
So Archer stays alive. Bomb Tower's there to clean up. And then we go aggressive at the bridge with the Goblinstein. There's the Exy to line everything up, which Doom had to have expected was in his hand. But, you know, a couple Goblinstein shots, not the end of the world. And he does use the ability. I don't know.
Late. That's late.
Yeah, I think he was caught between deciding if he wanted to use it or not, and he should have just used it early.
Yeah, definitely. E-Spirit on defense.
You either have to use it early there or not at all.
Exactly. You said that perfectly. Okay, so looking at the situation, right? What are the air defenses? Let's identify the threats. So it's Goblinstein and it's Archers. Adriel does actually have Evo Zap for Evo Archers. He has Executioner to deal with the Gobstein. Dominic does have Lightning to deal with Eggsy, but Eggsy on defense can be really solid. And then also the Tombstone, though. The Tombstone's so strong to deal with the Royal Hog since Doom is not playing Log. So now I'm changing my opinion again. I just feels... it does feel like it's going to be hard for these Piggies to make it to the tower. But the question is, does Adriel get this balloon? Does he ever get damage himself? I don't know. It's close.
Yeah, Dominic might just be able to lightning cycle this game with a little bit of Goblinstein damage here and there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't even know if he needs to play the pigs for a long time because he's got that lightning damage.
Right. Balloon in. This is big.
Interesting dual lane pressure here.
Trying to take out this Archer, but it doesn't succeed. And then look at the Archers. There's so many Archers on the board. Doom's in such a good situation.
Yeah, those skeletons from Doom just distracting the miner for a couple hits, and another set of Archers, like you said, Juice, comes down. Great defense on both sides. Doom gonna go in here with the push on the left-hand side with the Royal Hogs. Nice zap to clean up.
I think you're right. I think there is just great defense on both sides. The problem is Doom has a Lightning and Adriel doesn't.
Yeah.
Is that what it comes down to?
Shot. Here we go. Miner on top goes with a Lightning this time instead.
Wait.
But there's no. Where's the building? There's the building. Late, and then the E-Spirit.
That's that damage though.
Wow.
That's something. It's not that damage. I lied. Man, perfect defense from Doom. There's a minute 25 left here.
What do I do if I'm Doom? I think he has to just keep defending. Maybe send Piggies in on the right-hand side just to pull Elixir out, at least the Executioner and the Giant Skeleton are in different lanes, or just keep defending. And it looks like he's going with the defending option. I mean, these Archers up high, it might feel uncomfortable for some of you people at home watching to play Archers right at the bridge, but That just doesn't give any value, and you have to drop other units down on the board to take them off, like an Executioner up high like we're seeing there.
Man, I just don't understand how they didn't expect this deck. Adriel and his coach. Like, this is crazy.
Right? It's like the #1 ladder deck.
Literally. Eggsy on defense. Evo Archers are getting so much value, though. 2 Gomstein Monsters. Honestly, fantastic defense from Adriel. He does have 2 Giant Skellies on the board with 30 seconds left, but one of these Evo Archers is still alive. And look at Doom. He cycled the bomb tower early, and now he's back to another one. He's back to the bomb tower and another set of archers. This balloon is going to get pulled all the way to the middle of the map, and there is no chance for a connection right now.
And the death damage from the first bomb tower as the lineup to the second, helping take that balloon off board. Now you don't even need the lightning. No, you just go lightning on. Where's the lightning? Okay, there. Oh, I was like, bro, if that death damage comes through, look at this, Dominic. Wow. Dominic in our August Grand Finals. You heard that right. The Cinderella story, the run of the ages, insane. Sent down to the lower bracket in round 1. 2-0 over Saudi. 2-0 over Asaf. 2-1 over EGW. 2-1 over Sub. 2-0 over Pedro, and now 3-1 over Adriel. He has played more Clash Royale than anyone else this weekend, and he is in our grand finals.
Take a deep breath, Dominic. Just take a deep breath. There it is. He's doing it right now. And what? He's got a pancake tower, Andrew.
No way. I mean, is it like... Did he mean to? Did he mean to?
I'm sure he meant to. He's bringing a Golem deck. It has to just be a Golem deck.
Yeah, it has to be Golem. He just had that weird look on his face for a second, but it's just, I think he was just taking another breath. He had kind of like a grimace on his face, as if he was like, oh, how did that get there? But I can't imagine that's the case. No one's playing Pancake Tower, so for it to even be the tower of choice, you had to go and pick it. So here we go. There's the Golem. I was going to say the only thing, and you said it right away, but like the only thing that we ever see Pancake Tower with is Golem. Yeah. Unless you're in mid-ladder.
I'm not gonna lie, this is a fantastic situation for Doom. I don't love the zap though. I would have loved to see some sort of support card to counter that Bad Ram that can go behind the Golem. He does cycle to the Valk.
Wants the Hero Valk. He wants the Hero Valk so he can get on top of tower.
Oh my goodness.
Now he needs to use the ability. Oh my goodness.
It's fine.
The timing. The timing.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Wow. 0 damage until the Golemites get on tower with the most perfect vines from Mugi at the exact moment that Dominic hits that ability. And now we're going for a tower trade.
This is crazy. I thought for sure you play E-Barbs on defense, but he goes opposite lane. I don't know if it works though, dude.
I don't think so. I don't think he has enough to defend. I mean, I think that actually might have been the best play, because now you're in a single tower situation, but you're on opposite sides of the board. That wizard's going to get another shot. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
On earth?
Yeah, I also just have to point out that he missed the arrows on the wizard earlier, so that would have probably helped him save another 200, 300 damage on his king here. This is wild gameplay right now. Insane.
Oh my goodness.
Someone asked in the chat, does Mugi have a big spell? No, Mugi has Barbaro and Vines. It'd be really hard to Vine cycle from the situation. It's not over, but it is difficult.
Wow. Oh no. Okay. The Vines usage has been crazy as Dom just lets that giant skeleton go to town on his princess tower. Looking to get like a Golem in the pocket or Valk in the pocket situation.
Wait.
This is crazy.
Wait. Hero Valkyrie ability. Level 12 Phoenix and Night Witch on the King Tower.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Doom! Takes game #1!
No way, dude! Dominic, dude, all he could do right now is just take a breath. Take a breath, bro. Here we go.
Ooh, okay, Hog at the bridge. Slow, methodical, patient fisherman here to defend. E-Spirit, not going to work the way Mugi wants.
Whew. Okay.
Okay.
And
All right.
the reset.
All right, so
All
what?
of us need to take a breath.
I know, literally. But what a pace change, eh? Like we go
Yeah.
Golem Pancake Tower versus Giant Skelly Bridge Spam 3-crown race to one of the most standard, solid, methodical games or matchups in Clash Royale, which is just RG Monk versus Hoggy Q.
And this should be able to pull. That E-Spirit is going to do a great
Oh
job.
my goodness.
Dude, Doom is just playing great right now. He should get a shot. There it is. Does he get a second? He does.
He's moving different.
He is.
Wow. So 2 RG shots off the rip, just putting together the push. Sometimes that's all you need to do with RG is just put together that Monk RG Fisherman combo. Does he have a counter to this Hog, though? Interesting.
He says, one thing that I'm good at is taking damage.
Yeah, I like it.
Moogie happy to go opposite lane and make this a cross-court battle.
Firecracker seems wasted to the uneducated eye, but this is just cycling to Evo Firecracker. Could it be very valuable later in the match?
And Fishboy ready to go. Does get a shot still, is the Hog. And 10 Elixir in the tank to defend.
Wow, this is
Immediate
interesting.
ability, but the Firecracker is out of range, so it doesn't actually go to the Monk.
Yeah, that did not go as Doom envisioned it for sure.
And delivery back and cycled, but does the Wizard connect? It does. 2 shots, huge. I take that Fireball for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. If the Wizard doesn't connect there, he doesn't play the Fireball because he saves the Elixir to make another push. But after the Wizard connects, you just continue your HP advantage with that Fireball, and then you're happy to set up some defense.
And that's exactly what we're seeing right here. Monk gonna push. Oh no, he decides to use the ability.
Makes sense.
And here we go, Fishboy up high again. Guards are late. I mean, Goblins are late. No, they're not. They came in just in time.
But the the Bar Barrel clears the way, and then the Fisherman does get pulled. But by the time everything drops down, it's solid defense, and now Moogie's trying to attack.
Yeah, no Fishboy in cycle. The E-Spirit really going to help there, even though the Fireball comes down. That's a great E-Spirit there from Moogie.
And a shake of the head from Doom as well. And he knows that if he places this Fireball to push the Hog backwards, he doesn't take that hit. Oh, man. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Dude, I still feel like I'm catching my breath from that last game. This is great. This is great Clash Royale. Here we go. Firecracker Splash does not hit tower.
He protects, but the Monk really does take this out. Problem is, Doom's going down the wrong lane right now. We're heading into triple Elixir. He needs to get the double RG push. He plays the RG in the back with the Monk blocking the right lane. I like this idea. Can Moogie put together the defense he needs, though?
Fishboy up high to pull, and Fishboy going to help in the lane that we want, or he wants, I should say.
This push is insane, Andrew.
Yeah, this is a big push, and the Mighty Miner does get pulled. We got double
my
RG,
goodness.
and the Evo RG is so healthy. Does get on top of that. Wow. And he calls the early good game. Dominic on a dream run.
What is happening, Andrew?
Here we go. Game number 3, Grand Finals.
Bro, right now it just feels like Doom wants it more. Like,
I know.
for Dominic, this is World Finals or not. For Moogie, this is still $6,000 and better seating. But it just, yeah, Doom's just playing so well. What's he bringing for us to see today? He's got what looks to be a bridge spam deck. Moogie with a really solid Piggy cycle.
Already these zappies could be frustrating for Moogie to deal with as the game goes on. We'll see.
True. Zappy is
Steve in the chat saying, how can you not root for this guy now? I know. It's just crazy.
Literally.
The emotion, the plays, the underdog story.
Lightning drops down. Battle Ram Bridge instantly. Goblina is here with the skeletons. I'd like the solid like one tile up just to make sure this Giant Slate doesn't push the Battle Ram away. Doom keeps with the pressure.
Nice plays there from Moogie.
Yeah, it was surgical.
I like all of it. I like it from both those guys. I like the pressure from Doom, looking to see a mistake or looking to see if the cycle's not there. I like the way that Moogie played that out, and now we're back to basically even. Moogie up by just about a half elixir.
So last card from Doom, I just assume is Vines.
Right.
It just synergized so well with the Evo Battle Ram to get that huge connection. And then Moogie, on the other hand, we see his full deck. It does seem like he's got strong defenses. The Snowball's great for Battle Rams. Evo Snowball's going to be great for those big pushes. It seems like it's really in Moogie's court here. If Doom can force a mistake, there's a... Oh my... what is happening right now?
There you go. I mean, the Rhino's definitely going to get on tower here. It should get one more. It does. 2391, 2350, and now Moogie going all in, but... Dom has 10 elixir to deal with it. The lightning comes in, though. Mother Witch stays alive.
Yeah, lightning block there with the Dark Prince. It goes Zappies, and then the Evo Battle Ram and Cycle. There should be an Evo Snow here, though.
Where's the Heal Spirit? There's the late Heal Spirit. I love the patience on the Heal Spirit.
But the Berserker! Is the Berserker building what he needs? It's not over. There's still piggies running down this lane.
Evo Lumberjack. That's 4 Zappies, a Mother Witch, a Dark Prince, and a Barb on the board. And Dominic already just running away with it. He's already celebrating. He goes 3-0. He goes 3-0 against our former 2-time world champion.
This is feeling like 2023 Pedro to me, honestly, now that I think about it. Like, it's really strong ladder player. This person who's known for like multiple number 1, multiple number 10 finishes, and like no one expects him to show up and perform competitively, but he comes in last monthly finals and he's proving everyone wrong. He's beating a 2-time world champion right now, like it's just 3 ladder games. You know what I'm saying?
Someone in the chat, guys, this is scripted in promo for Doomsday. I love it. I love it.
Okay. So this is already looking solid for Dominic. If you're going to go against a spam deck, you would very much like to have a Gov Sign and a Bomb Tower.
So now Moogie going back to that incredibly spammy deck that has been very good today.
Yeah. We've seen this spam deck beat what looks to be impossible matchups, and it might be happening right now. I mean, Dark Gob's on tower.
I mean, my goodness. Yeah, already that Dark Goblin just going absolutely crazy on the left-hand side.
Man, I'm just trying to think of what went wrong there. It's just the fact that Dark Gob survives the Barb Barrel. I guess you're just not allowed to play a Barb Barrel in the Dark Gob there. You need to save it for the Skeleton Army, for the Skeleton King ability, and for that Skeleton Barrel as well. It's not over though. Comeback is very possible with the Gobstein, with the Bomb Tower, E-Spirit Barb Barrel.
Here we go. 18 seconds away from double elixir. Suspicious Bush up front, tanked for by that Skeleton King. Nice E-Spirit there, but now what do you have to clean up those Skellies? And now what do you have to clean up that barrel? And you can see Dominic knows he has nothing. And already, look at him, you see him? He goes, it's okay,
yep.
it's okay. It's just one game. Calls the good game early. I like what he's doing here for his own mental health, if you will. Just going, it's not going to happen. The last thing I want to do is drag this out and frustrate myself even more.
Yeah.
I'm just going to reset. Here we go. Moogie gets a really important Game 1 win.
I just want to see One card from Doom. See what he's doing. He's leaking Elixir. Cycling a Snowball. Mortar from Mugi. Giant Skeleton and Berserker. Wow. And the monster makes the tower. Scientist hits the ability. A really solid Giant Skelly value. Maybe an overcommit with Snowball. I'm not going to nitpick it. He's cycling to Evo. Cannon card, scary stuff. You can't let that lock on tower. So looking at the matchup, looks like we got Graveyard. Giant Skelly Graveyard from Dominic. And Mugi with the Mortar deck. The big question I have right now is, does Mugi have the Mother Witch variant? If Mugi has the Mother Witch variant here, that's going to be huge for dealing with these graveyards. Giant Skelly defending once again. Giant Skelly's strong in this matchup, I would say. Does a great job of actually dealing with the Gobstein and the cannon cards, which can be really annoying to deal with a lot of the time. Cannon card goes down. The Elixir is very even. Dominic's playing this perfect so far. His goal is simply make it to double Elixir without losing a tower. That's his goal. If he can do that, he's going to be in a really solid spot where he can start getting some graveyards down.
Yeah, when your deck is this heavy in general with graveyard, there's obviously the very fast cycle graveyards, but for the rest of them, you know, like I said before, your money's made in double and triple Elixir, and Dominic happy to walk away with as little damage as he has. That's a great poison value there, just to not have to worry about this Doctor.
More to the bridge. Evo Furnaces and Cycle. I'm sure we're going to see another Giant Skelly to tank here as well. Fireball dropping down. I love the placement there. He's trying to get that closer to the Giant Skelly to maybe where the Mortar could splash. And it works. Wow.
There it is. Yep. Nice call there, Juice. And Mortar does not get the shot. That last shot off and right back on offense. That'll go to the Goblin Hut now.
Interesting, yeah. Poison on the Mortar. That doesn't seem right, but as long as these minions aren't getting damaged, it's not a huge deal.
Yeah, not too bad there. 26.96 to 28.31. Giant Skelly out of range, obviously, of tower. And now Mugi's splitting up his Goblin Stein and Doctor. Goblin Monster and Doctor, excuse me.
The biggest task right now, the biggest hurdle for Dominic is the last card of Mugi being that Mother Witch. It's going to be the Mother Witch version with Minion Horde. So you really have to be patient and pick your battles of when you go for that graveyard. It has to be the perfect moment.
I know, and I'm trying to think in my mind of like when is that the perfect moment? Because you know Mugi's just going to hold on to it until you send it. And then once you send that poison in on the Mother Witch, that Minion Horde just gets that much more powerful.
Mortar gets taken out. It's great defense from Dominic right now, but just a couple fireballs coming through and a misclicked Furnace there. That's brutal to allow your Furnace to die in that situation.
Still only separated by about 200. Now I'm going to have to deal with this push. This is a big push.
This is a big push.
Nice
this is tough defense.
That's good. Giant Skeleton? No. Gets pulled back by the Skellies. 60 seconds remain. Where can Dominic find his opening? Holding the graveyard as Mugi holds the Mother Witch. That's fireball value again if Mugi wants it. That's actually great fireball value. And there it is.
And the Barb got a hit at the same time, so... And the Goblin Stein's going to connect.
Yeah.
So when it rains, it pours for Mugi. 40 seconds left. Can Dominic find an attack that's actually worth it?
I don't know, man. I mean, he has to at least send one, but in here, I mean, there's just no way. There it is. Goblin Doctor, Goblin Monster at the bridge. Graveyard comes in. There's the Mother Witch. A tough matchup. In reality, maybe setting in for the German.
Don't say it, Andrew.
I know. I know.
Man, this is brutal to watch. I mean, a 3-0 sweep against a world champ. He's in a situation where, I mean, think about all it took for him to get here. And now he is literally one loss away from all of that getting dashed.
Make or break time for Dominic. Can he still make it to World Finals in 2026? A golden ticket now. That's the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to see a similar matchup?
Not sure. Hero Valk ability does get stunned a little bit, but oh my goodness, it's strong. Only issue is that just cost him 3 elixir. Mugi might be able to counterattack here.
Yeah, Mugi has a lot of elixir on the board right now. Dom will tick to 10 by the time he has to play defense.
Wow, interesting. Really nice heal
Mugi
spirit.
just presses pause. Yeah, really nice heal spirit.
And that's going to allow that one E-Barb to get 1 extra hit on the Exy, which is so key, because now this Exy has no counter push value. What? Is it going to work? I think his Zappy's back, though. A Tombstone as well. So sure... Wait, Mother Witch?
This is big.
Surely. I mean,
this in terms of air defense, Dominic should have Zappies, right?
Yeah, last card should be Zappies and arrows. I don't know. What do you think? Is Zappies enough, though, to deal with the balloon hero?
One little spear toss there on tower.
Sure.
And this E-Barb going to get cleaned up with the help of that King Tower. Bandit dash.
I actually really like this Bandit. Being able to bait out the Zappies right now to prepare for potential Evo Batarang push is really helpful.
Yeah, exactly. Great call there.
Is he just going for it?
Here we go. Evo Batarang behind. No, he's just going to go in with the Hero Valk. But the Evo Exy is there to push back, and obviously Exy a little tanky.
Fascinating. Double drop. Mother Witch gets the tank. Arrows. And honestly, Snowball seems like it's a mistake here from Mugi.
He's still got the Evo Ram in the tank, right?
Yeah, Evo Batarang should be in the tank. Mugi is 3 cards away from Evo Snow, though. He's going to lock down this lane of the Executioner. The longer this game goes on, Andrew, it's starting to feel like it's worse and worse for Doom. I don't know how he's going to deal with these Executioners properly.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of starting to get pressure in the opposite lane, and there we go. E-Barb's at the bridge, Zappy's up high, Evo Batarang behind. Nothing here to deal with the balloon, and that's it. That's it. Wow. 3 up, 3 down for Doom, 3 up, 3 down for Mugi, and Mugi claims the golden ticket to World Finals. Already was qualified, but that means that Viper now comes back into the conversation of World Finals. The dream run ends for Dominic, but what an incredible day for him, and what a show he gave all of us.
The champion, Mugi, getting some solid points, great seeding in $14,000. Congratulations to Mugi. I mean, once again, we talked a lot about Doom. It was the dream run, but my goodness, Mugi, he really showed that he has what it takes to be another 3-time world champ.